Hey guys, and welcome back to Bloke Box. Now, this week I wanted to try something a little bit different. I don't know, maybe it's something that I'll start as a new series, I'm not sure yet, but essentially what I'm going to do is start taking recommendations from you guys and reviewing or reacting to some videos out there that are, either gaining traction, that are Sigma related, or that are pretty controversial, and just giving my thoughts and views on the content in them. And so to start off with, I wanted to take a look at a video that has gained some traction with women, quite controversially, from a creator by the name of Anna Bay. Now, the name of this video is 7 Places Where to Meet High-Value Men. A seemingly very promising title for young women looking to meet that special high-value someone, but what exactly does she mean by high-value men, and how does her advice for finding them fare? Let's dive right into this one and take a look. So right from the start, we can get a sense of what direction this video is headed in from a few telltale signs of her opening.
Where do they hide? All the affluent, single men during summer.
Where do they hide? Okay, so straight away we can see that this video is positioning men and women in a game-like relation to each other, and this plays into many of the behaviors and stereotypes that we would associate with the traditional hierarchy of sociosexual dominance. Men chasing certain kinds of women and women chasing certain kinds of men, etc. And this all plays into needing other people to inform how we fit into society instead of defining that for ourselves. But we're only 5 seconds into the video, so let's not get ahead of ourselves.
We're more approachable, we go out more, we want to have more.
Okay, so here it says that Anna is the founder of School of Affluence, and a quick Google search shows us that the School of Affluence is apparently a finishing school for ladies founded by Anna in 2018. Now, the school claims to have helped thousands of women worldwide to embrace their femininity, realize their self-worth, and position themselves intelligently with purpose to author their own destinies.
And ladies, do you know that I have created a free cheat sheet for you? 210 places where you can meet affluent men.
Okay, hold on. Did anyone else notice that? The name of the video is 7 Places Where to Meet High-Value Men. Never mind the dodgy grammar. And yet this cheat sheet Anna is offering her subscribers is about where to find rich men.
We don't want to waste time on anybody who's taken. We want to have somebody that we can actually build a relationship with. So we need to think about, how does their life look in summer? First of all, a single man will definitely be working more.
Well, that all sounds great, but the impression I'm getting from this video is that Anna's idea of authoring your own life is signing someone else's checkbook. In fact, my guess is that this video was either uploaded or planned to be uploaded under the title 7 Places Where to Meet Rich Men, but that she's probably had to update it to sound a little bit less on the nose. After all, it was originally uploaded in 2019, and I think nowadays, even in such a short span of time, people are trying to be a little bit more tactful with how they approach these particular topics. Since the pandemic, the world has become a little bit more sensitive to this kind of thing, and so that's my guess anyway. Okay, well, she's somewhat right there. I mean, single men tend to have more time to focus on work if they don't have a wife, a girlfriend, or kids to look after. But that being said, single Sigma men often don't fit this mold. Sigmas often find ways of organizing their professional lives so that even when they're single, they don't find themselves working more. They try to work less and be as efficient with their work as possible to allow time for pursuing their other passions in life.
Have a wife or a family that he has to hurry back to. So you will most likely even spot, if you live in the city, even in months like July and August, you'll definitely be able to find some businessmen around in the business area where you live.
So basically here Anna's saying that as long as they don't have a wife to go back to and keep happy, that high-value men aren't going to bother with taking a vacation or enjoying their summers. And if women follow this advice, they might find men who are rich, sure, but I wouldn't count on them being very fun or enjoyable to be around, if that's something Anna's followers even care about. which for anyone watching this kind of video is probably a reasonable question to ask.
But if you are there and this affluent man is still there doing his business, doing his career thing, then you might have a higher chance running into him because there will be less people and also less competition.
Again, with the competition, these high-value men are a prize to be won.
Summertime is the best time of the year, so make sure you make that effort. Go to the rooftop bars, to after work, happy hour, daytime events, weekend events, whatever you can find that's happening in your town. Even if you need to travel a little bit for events or meetups or whatever it is that's happening, it's really worth. I know that when I was at my most active, I used to be out every day, and I used to remember that it's such a big difference to when you're out every day to when you're not out every day, maybe just once a week.
So if Anna's advice is to be followed, it seems like, finding these high-value men is going to become somewhat of a full-time job. I mean, if finding a rich husband is your life goal, then it makes sense to dedicate as much time as possible to achieving that. But from a Sigma perspective, giving away so much time that could be spent on, personal development seems like a real loss to me. Like, if she was to focus all this time chasing men on herself and, investing the money spent on these meetups, expensive cocktail bars, and traveling to attend parties into her own ventures, she wouldn't likely need to find an affluent man to line her pockets and could live the lifestyle she wants, but find someone she is actually attracted to for the right reasons,
But if we think a little bit about, okay, so how will the single affluent man reason when he books his holidays? He will definitely think about it, that he wants to have a little bit of party. He might be going in a group together with his male friends.
Okay, so here Anna's making what I consider to be the mistake of assuming that as soon as someone is single, all they want to do is party. Many successful Sigmas have no interest in partying and would rather dedicate their hard-earned summers to more self-developing activities like sports and adventure and that kind of thing. And in the next part of the video, Anna talks about going over to notorious party spots like Mykonos and Ibiza and telling women not to worry about the fact that the men there don't want to settle down, they just want to have fun. Her advice is,
don't worry about that, just make sure you have fun, you have an open attitude, you're outgoing, and you really just want to have the best summer of your life, and I can bet you will definitely attract somebody of high value.
I think this is actually pretty reasonable advice in any setting in life. Trying too hard usually backfires, and Sigmas go about life just trying to live in the best way possible and developing themselves at every opportunity, and usually they're rewarded for this honest and this open attitude. So if your goal is indeed to meet someone to settle down with, going out there with a pure attitude and open intentions, you're far more likely to get what you want while also having a fulfilling time yourself. I think I speak for most people when I say it's really unattractive when you can tell someone is only talking to you to get what they want.
Not necessarily. Single people are invited to weddings after all, and weddings tend to spark up this emotion when a person, if you are single and you are at a wedding and it's all very romantic and you're single, maybe you feel a little bit lonely, then you're definitely gonna maybe subconsciously seek out somebody.
Ah yes, weaponized loneliness. Anna's advice here is to seek out invitations to rich people's weddings and target the loneliest rich man in the room. And this will probably work with more insecure men, but again, from a Sigma perspective, this is a pretty futile strategy. A Sigma would not feel triggered by going to a party or a wedding alone. They are secure enough in themselves that they can comfortably attend social events without feeling the pressure to couple up if they don't want to. And to be honest, Sigmas often prefer going to these events alone. I mean, it's got to be pretty annoying to, actually be there at one of these events as a happy and single Sigma, and to have some deviously intentioned lady like Anna take that as a meaning that you are lonely and in need of her validation.
If you still haven't watched my video, Where to Meet Affluent Men, make sure you watch it. I have also created a cheat sheet, Where to Meet Affluent Men, that gives you 210 places where you can meet all these fantastic single men that do exist. They just haven't met you yet, but they will if you just strategize correctly.
Strategize correctly? That parting phrase pretty much sums up this whole video. And before I share my final thoughts, if you've enjoyed this type of content and you want me to make more like these, please do drop a like on the video. And if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out and allows me to keep making more content just like this for you guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate every single one of you. So, now, before jumping to point out how this video simply reinforces the negative stereotype of women being gold diggers and, gamifying the hunt for a wealthy male, I'd instead prefer to think of this as the female counterpart to the countless snake oil salesmen and pickup artists out there who preach men things that are basically mind tricks supposed to somehow make them irresistible to beautiful women with minimal effort or no self-improvement, And this kind of content and this thinking in general relies on self-worth that is defined by status. And in this worldview, people are pawns to be used for elevating ourselves in society. The Sigma way, on the other hand, is all about going through this process without the need for anyone else. Self-improvement for the sake of yourself. Not going out to find a high-value man or a hot woman in order to feel like you've made it in life. No, Sigmas work hard and they do so for themselves. They are high value because nobody but themselves plays a role in defining what that value is. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Be sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're not already, and check out the rest of the channel for more videos like this. And I'll catch you next time.